infamous Brothers to the Rescue shoot-down over international airspace. The president is going to talk about Cuba. We know that Alan Gross is going to be one of his guests of honors, sitting next to the First Lady. But it's important for us to come together as a community to show the other side of the Cuban regime, what is really going on in Castro's Cuba.
They think. And it has frankly, the response has been almost unanimous. What the president did, regardless of where one may be on the issue, of whether you like the idea of sanctions or you don't like the idea of sanctions in general. But you know, if you have sanctions against a bad player, and you're going to get rid of those sanctions, my God, at least get something in return. And this president has gotten nothing in return. He's gotten nothing in return. But what he has done is, in essence, given a green light to the Castro regime to keep multiple political prisoners.
Be giving the Spanish State of the Union response and our special...
Overwhelming. They believe that this concession, this attempt to appease the Castro regime, will only embolden him, will make the lives of the Cuban people much more difficult, particularly the political prisoners. So we're hoping that President Obama will for once reconsider and think first of our national security interests, the national security interests of the United States, and second, we'll think of the brave men and women who are there day in and day out, peacefully, struggling for freedom.
Diaz-Balart, and of course, with these heroes and the victims. Since the Cuban tragedy began 56 years ago, the American president, to varying degrees, had always been on the right side of history. Presidents from both parties, from Eisenhower to Bush, had recognized that the Cuban government is an enemy of the United States, a chronic violator of human rights, and a government that has no place in this hemisphere or on this earth, for that matter.
You lost your dad, a Vietnam veteran. So many families have been injured.
There's been atrocities committed by the Castro regime for over 50 years, which is the reason why my grandparents and many others fled so long ago, and they continue till this day. And there can't be a normalizing of relations until there's justice in that island, and until there's been justice paid for all the atrocities they have committed against people there and people here and around the world. As we know, they don't care who you are, because they've committed murder against American citizens right here.
Her family was told time and time again. Is that not true?
Yes.
Time and time again. And then behind